Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm a couple minutes early and I am trying to find out how to post my link up here. If we can figure that out, I'll let some of y'all come up if you want to. But I don't know how to do that. Maybe somebody will come in here in just a minute that does. Hey y'all, how's it going? What's up, Mike? I'll be right back. How's it going this evening? I left work and it was fairly comfortable. I get down here at the river, doggone wind's blowing. It's chilly down here. Let's see. I was gonna try and put the link up here in case anybody wanted to come up on the panel. You're warmer than me, huh? Hey Chad, what's going on, buddy? You know, how the heck I've been trying to figure out how do I post a link if anybody wants to come up on the panel here, Chad. That is something I don't know the answer to. Give me just a second. I got one pole with I broke a weight off last time. I need to get a weight on it. I'll be right back. What's everybody up to this evening? I figure we'll fish for an hour or so before it gets too dark. Maybe a few minutes after dark. We'll see how it's going. I don't know if they aren't biting any better than they have been here lately. It won't be much to miss fishing. It won't stay long. And I wasn't planning on coming down here this evening. I just stopped at the bait shop and got some night crawlers. I'm gonna toss a line out here in a minute and see if we can catch something else. We might catch a bluegill or something we can cut up for some live bait. For now, I'm gonna get these night crawlers tossed out. And we'll see what we can catch. I've got one pole back there. Oh, that's all right, Chad, no worries. You see the invite button. Let's see. Click that and then copy the link and paste it in chat. Ah, okay. I think I did see an invite. There's a guest button. Invite guest. There it is. Copy. Hey, there we go. I appreciate that. Now I think I know how to get to chat. Let me go to post a comment. Post a comment. Oh, no, back up, Kevin. I got worm guts on my hand. Let me get these worms off my hands, then I'll get up there. I think I've got that figured out. Maybe. Hello, what's going on, man? All right, let's see. More. Post a comment. Post a comment. I'm going to turn this I'm gonna play with this phone just a little bit. I think with it sideways, it's giving me troubles. That may make things look a little funky for y'all. Paste. Stay undone, so I turn this back around. There we go. Now there's the link in the StreamYard comments. Appreciate that, Chad. Now, if anybody wants to come up, just let me know. I'll keep an eye out for you. I don't know how to tell when somebody's ready to come up. I think I'll get a gets in the basement down there. And I'll be back in just a second. I've got one pole over here that I bird's nested the last time. Let me work a bit. All right, I got that one unbird's nested. Hey, John Boy, Paul with P&B's Catfishing. How are y'all doing? Awesome fishing man from the UK. Hey, buddy, I appreciate you stopping in to hang out with us for a little bit. That one pole over there on the right, I had made a real mess of it over off Barkley the last time I used it, or below Barkley the last time I used it. Luckily, it came out pretty good. For those of y'all that weren't in earlier, I wasn't really planning on fishing this evening, but I saw the weather was going to be nice, so I didn't bring any bait. I got a pole over here. I'm going to go toss it out, see if I can catch a bluegill or something. If I can, I'm going to put it on that third pole for some bait. I got on these two right here, I've got night crawlers on them. I just went to the bait shop and bought a thing of night crawlers. So let me see if I can get a bluegill or something, and I'll be right back. mess. I've been in here thick lately. It's probably going to feel bad. I just realized that camera's probably a little far away. I'll move that camera up here in just a second. Grab this camera, carry it a little further forward. Not so far away. Clicked a time or two. Oh, my camera's facing the wrong way, y'all. Fishing Fever, how's it going? Appreciate you stopping in. Miss anybody? I don't think so. I think I got everybody. Appreciate y'all. Something's messing with that one. Got it just flicking away. Get a bluegill or something to bite here, nothing to bite. Hey, Stacy, BFA, how's it going, man? Appreciate you hanging out. I didn't bring any bait with me today because when I left the house, I wasn't planning on fishing. So I just stopped by the bait shop and picked up a box of night crawlers. Got this little pole out here. I'm trying to catch a bluegill or something like that. I can put some cut bait on it. But it doesn't cover the backside very well. Oh, come on, what's missing? Whatever it is won't commit. It just clicks, and then quits. I've got everybody there having a Kennedy Pink, what's up? That's my lovely daughter. Cutting bait, her favorite kind. She likes it with ketchup. I thought you'd be in class about right now, young lady. Something's playing with that one, but it won't take it. It just keeps messing with it. I hope it's a little warmer in California than it is here. Love you too, sweetie. Appreciate you stopping by. Can't get a bluegill with the sun. Oh, he hadn't even touched it. Let's try this. Paul 22 2:32 p.m. Yep, it's about 4:30 here where I am. I'm on Central Time in Kentucky. Well, if the bluegill don't decide to cooperate, we may just put another worm on another pole. Normally, you catch a bluegill down here pretty quick. They're not biting this evening, though. I tell you what is biting, that's the wind. The wind's chilly for it to be no colder than it is outside. Guess it's blowing in that storm that's coming for the weekend. I was looking at the forecast. We are 98% chance of rain Saturday. There's not going to be any. It looks like it's going to be all day long, so it's not going to be a rain in the morning and done by the evening kind of thing. Anthony wants some bluegills. That's right. Hey, Anthony's the one that turned me on to catching all the bluegills and the yellow bass down here. I have to give you credit for that. But it's going to be raining here all day Saturday. Pretty good storms, not just showers, but storms. I was looking down towards Nashville. It's supposed to rain in the morning and it's done by the afternoon. I may go down that way and try and fish somewhere Saturday. We'll see. Let's see if they're out away from this pier. They're definitely not by the pier. Oh, BFA, I wish I was, but I'm going up against some time last year where I had a lot of watch hours. So I'm gaining a bunch of watch hours, but I'm losing a bunch too. I guess the old ones, from anything a year old, rolls off. I'm close though. I'm closer than I was. I am gaining about 200 hours a month, it seems. But I also haven't been fishing that much lately. With the holidays, family stuff, I haven't had nearly as much fishing time as I normally do. That and my fishing spots are dead. I need to get back out on the boat, but I just don't have time to get out on the boat in the afternoon after work. Come down here and it's all mess here lately. I'm not catching anything. And sorry, I saw one of those poles tick around. Everybody I talk to is complaining about the fishing being slow here on the rivers too, so I haven't had a whole lot of ambition to get out and really spend a lot of time fishing. I want to get back up on the lake though. I may go Sunday. The wife and stepdaughter are going to the Smokies to see somebody in concert that stepdaughter wants to see this weekend. So I'll be a bachelor. If I can find somebody who wants to go, I'll go down to Nashville Saturday and then maybe go out on the lake Sunday. Fisherman Sid, what's going on, man? Appreciate you stopping by. You are 2:36 p.m., I guess. Huh. How you been doing? You catching a bunch of fish lately? Stacy, did you catch some this morning? I saw you live, but I was working. I didn't have a chance to get on. I checked in with Anthony once before I saw you on, and then I was busy the rest of the time. I don't think there's any bluegill out here today. Billy Sullivan and check it. As much as it was getting hit, it may be stripped of bait. Nibbled on it a little bit. That's it there for the most part. Get this other one baited up too. My night crawlers first. I'll tighten that down a little bit. It may just be the current's a little heavy. Hey, Andrew, what's going on, man? Sounds good, Paul. Let's see if I missed anybody. Fisherman sit. Water getting a bit cold. Yes. Wait, last I heard, I hadn't been on the lake in a month or so in the boat to see, but had somebody tell me it was 52 degrees a couple days ago. Yeah, Stacy, you're doing the same thing. Fishing, not catching. I hear you. Just got night crawlers on here right now, Sid. Normally I would have some skipjack for cut bait down here. But when I left the house this morning, I didn't intend to fish. I got to work. Weather was nice. Came out and got some lunch. I thought this would be a good evening to go fishing. So here I am. I stopped at the bait shop and bought a pack of night crawlers. I got that bluegill pole. I thought I'd be able to catch a bluegill down here, maybe put some cut bait on there, but bluegill are not cooperating. I'll throw it back out here in a minute, see if one of them decides to bite. We'll see. I don't know. I'm about to decide there's no catfish left in this river. I'm going to have to go back to the lakes. I heard a couple of good fishing reports from the lakes this weekend. on catfish. So they were hitting pretty good up there. I don't know, they're running a lot of current here today. A little bit more than lately. I guess they're running more of the generators here at the dam. With it being cooler, people must be running their heat more, stuff like that, so they're generating more electricity. Because according to the app, they're putting out about twice the current now that they were a month ago. And that could be part of what's got the fish messed up too. Maybe it's more currents than they're accustomed to. Add in the temperatures dropping. Add in, I'm going to change my channel name to Kevin Can't Catch a Fish. I'm liking these three rod and reel combos that I bought. They fit good in my truck. You know, I can put them in the truck, close the door and all that without having to open the back window. But they're a different beast for casting. I'm definitely bird's nesting them a lot more than I was. Surely the water would be warmer if they were pumping out more. You would think so. I mean, most of this water is coming from Tennessee. It's a little warmer down there, not a lot. But it's also rained some lately, so that rainwater's a little cool. It's a pretty sunset this evening. I don't know how well it's coming through on the camera. It's all pink and blue back in there. Pretty. Come on, man. It's like this. Make sure I'm not missing. But Rick, what's going on, dude? Did you catch anything this evening? I saw, as I was getting ready to go live, I just looked at YouTube and I saw you'd been on earlier, but I was working. I didn't get a chance to look at you. See if you did any good. Hope they're biting up better up in Illinois than they are in Kentucky. Skunked. I resemble that remark. I don't know which way I need to go for y'all to see the pole. I can still hold this pole right here in case the bluegill decides to bite. There we go. Wild Fan, what's going on, dude? I don't know how big anything I'll catch. I didn't bring any bait with me. So I just stopped and picked up some night crawlers. And I got this other pole, this little pole out trying to catch a bluegill or something for bait, but I'm not even catching a bluegill. Bluegill and yellow bass do seem like they shut off down here in the evening for some reason. Maybe the predators move in on them. You think predators would be here all time of day? Just went completely slack on this line like something picked it up. There's nothing pulling on it. Current may have just hit it and moved it. What's going on down in the Carolinas, dude? You been catching lately? I need to try fishing the other side. This side gets fished to death because it's so easy to access. But the other side, the sun sets down and it gets dark over there so quick. Been getting on some blues, man. I wish I could say that. It's been a tough month for me. Oh well. It's a slump. I'll bust out sooner or later. Yeah, since we got 10 people hanging out here with us this evening, I appreciate everybody hanging out. I tell you, I fish more since I've started this live stream. Being able to have company when you go out's nice. I used to would fish if I could get company. If I couldn't get any company, I'd say, I don't want to sit out there by myself as often, you know. But now, I don't mind if I'm by myself or not, if I can get online and get some people to talk with. It's dark here and daylight. It ain't crazy how it's dark just a couple states over. Yeah, man, it's a little crazy. I watch Danny Stone sometimes, and he's not 2 hours west of me. It'll be pitch black here, and he's still in the daylight. Thanks, Rick. I appreciate that, man. That reminds me, if y'all will, be sure and hit that thumbs up button and share it out on your channel so everybody else can find us. I'd appreciate it. What's the bridge? That is the Interstate 24 bridge. I'll tilt the camera back. That is the Paducah and Louisville Railroad Bridge, and if we tilt back even more, that is the Highway 62 bridge. We're in Bridge Central right here. It's darker there than where you are. Yeah, man, it's weird how that works. Seems like it'll get dark quick in some and not so fast in the other. I know, you know, everybody, I'm further west than you. And Danny, when I watch him, he's further west than me. And then we're all further west of Wildfin. He's over there. He's way east. I just got hung. There. Bluegill in sight. Let me see. Black lights out before I think about it. I'll stay for a little bit after dark. That's not a black light. Well, maybe I won't get any black lights out or any lights. I don't have them with me. Daggum it, I thought I did. Looks like we're fishing till dark and then we're calling it. Like I say, I was not prepared when I came out here today. When I left the house, I've always got the fishing poles in the truck, but when I left the house, I was not planning on fishing. I don't know why I took my black lights out, though. That makes no sense. Oh, I do too. I hooked them up to charge. They're sitting there on the outlet charging. So you're basically on the coast. Do you have to deal with tidal movement, that kind of stuff? That's something I've never had to deal with. I fished the ocean one time when we were on vacation down at the beach in Florida, and that was off one of them piers where you pay them to go out and fish. There was 100 people lined up around that pier and nobody catching anything. Paul is on the south coast of UK. All right there, Paul. I thought you were in the United Kingdom. I just wasn't sure exactly where. You do more of the ocean fishing over there? Not the places you normally fish. That's local. You go a little further east, and yeah, okay. I hear it takes a pretty good boat to fight those tides. Drop this one off the side, let it sit. Besides the bite of the bite. Let it sit there and see if something will catch itself. Well, that's all you do is sea fishing. Okay. I was thinking that you did the ocean fishing, but I didn't know if you did any of the carp fishing over there or any of that. I watched some guys over there one day. It's a ways back. I don't remember who it was. They were carp fishing, but it was a whole different kind of fishing than we do. They had these poles. Geez, I bet these poles were 30 foot long that they were reaching out there to get to them. That was pretty interesting. Sluddy old storms you just had. Oh, y'all had big storms come through? It's that time of year for us to get winter storms, but nothing too bad. Might have been getting a bite there. Used to, but got too much money. Really, the carp fishing over there is too much money. Hey. That's more of the poor boys fishing over here, the catfish and the carp. Over here's the bass and the crappies where all the money is. I guess crappie not quite so much. Can be though. Y'all still see those poles okay? Oh, you got to buy licenses and permits for them. I got you. Over here, pretty much for fish, it's pretty much one license per state. Now, there's certain kinds of fish if you want to go after, you got to buy extra stuff. Like trout, you got to buy extra. I've never fished for anything like that. I'd like to go try for some trout sometime. I hear trout's really good to eat. I've never even eaten one. Some of those trout from those clear mountain streams would be nice. You see the poles. All right, good deal. Only allowed 2 rods at a time. Hey, John, how's it going? Appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, Paul, there are some places over here in the States that are like that. Kentucky, I don't think there's any kind of limit. I believe I could just about have a pole lined up every 6 inches around here and the game warden would be perfectly happy with it. Now, if I'm putting out lines, like trot lines that you put out lines and leave them at night and come back and get them the next morning, you're allowed, I think each person is allowed 2 lines with 50 hooks total on them. Or if you're running jugs, which I do in some of our videos when I'm on the lake, I think you're allowed 50 jugs. There may be a limit on the number of hooks you can put on the jugs. I only ever put 1 hook on the jug, but I think you may only be able to put 2 on the jug. No limit on poles in North Carolina. Yeah, I think most of the southern states are like that. I think it's when you go more north and west that you get a lot more restrictions on the poles, from what I've heard. I don't have experience with it. I've never fished much of anywhere else other than Kentucky. I've hunted in a lot of other states, but never fished. This wind's making my eyes run. Yeah, I've fished all my life, but I really only started fishing a lot in the last couple, 3 years. I used to hunt mostly. That's all I wanted to do was hunt. But the older I get, I'm just not as into it as I used to be. Yeah, man, you're right about that. The more poles being a headache. They definitely can be, especially when you get a fish that runs sideways and tangles 2 or 3 or 4 poles up together. Or if you're on a boat, you got poles going all different directions. It's definitely a headache. 3 is about all I ever run when it's just me. What is setting off my clickers like that? Something is picking it up and moving with it. I don't know what it is. Something is definitely picking them up and moving with them. But he's not sticking. I felt him on there for just a second when I started to pull. Since I'm running night crawlers, it could be a bottom-eating fish like a drum or something like that. It sucks it in. Maybe it's not getting it all the way in. Might need to give him just a little bit more time with it. Yeah, man, I love hearing those clickers go off. I like hearing them more when it's just click, 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 just wide open. That's when you know you got a good fish right there. Let's see, did I miss anybody? We call them poles, you call them rods. We kind of use poles and rods interchangeable. Uh-oh. Thought I'd done what I do there. Stacy, I highlighted you somehow. There we go. I'm trying to not kick you out. One day, Rustic Outdoors was in here and I accidentally hit him and I kicked him completely out. For somebody that does a lot of IT stuff at work, you'd think I'd be better at this phone than I am. Poor Rustic, yeah, I kicked him completely out of the lobby. Now, I still don't know what I did to kick him out. I guess I tapped a button too many times or something. Well, the only other person out here fishing was on a boat, and he's headed to the ramp right now. I guess he's giving up. What's the bogging down on my ears? Getting cold. Sun's setting down, that wind's getting colder. A while back, they changed all the lights on this dam, and they're intermittent, red, white, and blue all the way across there. Looks pretty good. Then they got the white lights beneath them. Stacy, you say both. Yeah, I do too. Sometimes I'll say pole, sometimes I'll say fishing rod. I probably say pole more than rod. I guess it's both about the same thing. Use Continental rods, 14-foot pins. These 3 over here, they're all pin rods. It's rod and reel, pin rod and reel combos. It's pin 309 reels. And then the rods, 2 of them are heavy. One of them's medium heavy with a really light tip. Man, it is the lightest tip I've ever had on a rod. It doesn't take much to make it bounce. But a 14-footer, that's a long pole. I guess you gotta have those long poles to cast when you're in the surf. Who was it? I was watching somebody last night that fished the ocean, and he had a boat of some kind that he would put his gear on, like a remote control boat. He'd run that gear out there, and then when it got out to where he wanted it, it had a button he'd push, and it was like a dump truck bed would flip up out of that boat and drop his gear off so he could get it out further. I also got a 15-foot pin. Woo! I don't think those 14 or 15 footers would fit in my truck. I drive that little Toyota. I believe they'd be longer than the Toyota. Of course, they probably break down 2 or 3 pieces, I would imagine. I heard a click there for a minute. 3 pieces, okay. Well, that's not so bad then. Makes it a little easier. Driving down here in the car, you don't see too many people come down here once it gets dark. I always get a little hesitant when you see somebody in a vehicle like that driving down where you parked it when it's dark. Get a lot of people up to no good showing up down around these parking lots and stuff. Go back up to the parking lot, be missing a catalytic converter or something. All right, dude, I appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out with us. Got Shimano reels. That's a good reel. I guess you gotta have pretty doggone good stuff when you're fishing in that salt water. You have to do anything specific? You gotta wash them out, I guess, every time when you get done fishing? That sounds like a fast car. He's up there probably going to burn some rubber. Yeah, he's leaving. This one wrapped up since I'm not catching any bluegill. Put this one away for now. That'll be one less thing to put up when it gets dark over here. Clean and service reels every time gets sand and salt water out. I figured you'd have to. That salt water, I bet, will eat them up. I didn't know if they made reels specifically for salt water. You didn't have to worry about that or not. All right, catfish, we're running out of daylight. I need a bite. Starting to get daylight. I'm gonna move this around. I think we can probably look into the evening sun here, or the setting sun, and y'all might see them a little bit better. Just in case we get a bite. You're not gonna see me. I'm gonna be a black blob. Yeah, yours are saltwater reels, but just like to clean and service them. I don't blame you, man. Those saltwater reels are expensive too. A lot more so than these freshwater reels are. Yeah, it's pretty nice out here. I think I'll back up out of the way. When the clouds are in the before or after storms, you can get some pretty nice sunsets out here. It's all clouds the other direction though if I turned it around. What you see there is the last little bit of clear skies we've got for a while. Probably till Sunday. 420 pounds each. Whoa! Yeah, it's a little pricey. You definitely want to take care of them. 100%. Big difference compared to these catfishing reels we use that are anywhere from $75 to $200. And I'm sure there's some of them out there that you can pay close to that much, but not many people do. I know of, unless they're making a living with it or fishing tournaments. A lot of birds moving around still this evening. They must have flown off a pretty good ways looking for food today. Usually by now the birds are roosted. There's some pelicans in the air and several of the gulls. That's not why they cost me. That's not what they cost. You got a 90% discount. Dadgummit, I'd say that's a pretty doggone good discount. Holy moly, it's a good discount. Well, we're going to give them about 5 or 6 more minutes. Let's see, 8 minutes will make us be alive for an hour. We're going to give them 8 minutes. We'll see what happens. What's up, Bill? It's a little cool. It's not terrible, honestly. Temperature-wise, it's probably 50. But the doggone wind is cold out here. I'm just wearing jeans and my legs are fine. My feet aren't cold. But I didn't have a good windbreaker type shirt on. And my ears were cold. So I busted out a little bit of cold weather gear. Bill, when I sit around the house at night, wife usually after about a couple hours before bedtime, she makes her way to the bed to watch her TV shows, and I stay in the living room, and I play some video games with a buddy of mine. And we have started playing, we just met this kid online. He's a 10-year-old kid from down in Mississippi. Talks like he's a 40-year-old man. He's the most mature 10-year-old I've ever met. And we give him such a hard time. And he's a fun kid to play with. He's all right for a Mississippi kid. Let's see. A shop I get my stuff from done a one-off wheel spin, so I had to go. It's a big one. Holy cow. Bought 3 of them for 150 pounds. Yeah, I'd say you did all right, buddy. That shopkeeper went home crying that night. He's like, why didn't he just buy some hooks? There used to be a bait shop when I was a kid. The guy would, he'd have a bunch of brown paper bags all on the table. And he would kind of sort them just here and there. There would be 1 or 2 that would have something good in them, and most of them was crap he couldn't sell. And us boys would go in there, and he'd sell those brown paper bags for $1 or $2, depending on what was in them. And we used to spend all our money trying to get the bags that had the good stuff. Oh yeah, you find a few that's okay. Hell yeah. I'm just giving you a hard time, Bill. My daughter sure enjoyed going to school down there in Mississippi. She's over in Alabama now. She's rolling with the tide. I told her I don't know how long I'm going to be able to talk with her. If I start hearing that roll tide stuff, me and her are going to have a problem. There's going to be some problems. You say that, I want to get some more. I was told they sold out. Yeah, I bet he was sold out. Sold out everything you could see. The rest of them was hiding in the back until you left. Well, you can still see those fishing poles a little bit, but I don't think the fish can see them. I think that's the problem. We can see them, but the fish can't. Dadgum catfish not biting. That's all right. If I wasn't standing out here talking with y'all, I'd be sitting on the couch at home. There's a towboat coming up into the locks here at the dam. He's all lit up with green and red and blue lights. He must have decorated for Christmas. Let's see. Now, my discount over they got. Well, your discount's over. They're back in stock. There you go. Like I said, he had them. He was out front. What was in the back was going to stay in the back till you were gone. That's pretty good. Clicker didn't go off, but I saw the tip of it bounce. I keep thinking this late evening bite is going to break loose any time. I talked to Bank Fishing is Life. He's a guy that you'll see on here every now and then. He's a commercial fisherman. Fishes the lakes up here. He said he had quit catching during the day. He had gone to fishing just evening, to put his lines out in the evening and pick them up in the morning. And all his catches were coming at nighttime. Well, y'all, it is starting to get so dark. It's getting hard to see on poles. I'm going to start reeling in here. I'll leave this going in case any of y'all want to chat while I'm reeling in. These two are all tangled up. that one tore apart. I tell you what. All right, y'all, I'm gonna shut this down. I need a flashlight off my phone to detangle these lines. Something was messing with it earlier and they crossed and they're all tangled up. Let's see. Shot your first turkey a couple of days ago. Should have seen the looks of horror on the face of the other shoppers in the freezer. That's about right. I bet you sent them running for the hills. All right, y'all, I'm going to end it right here so I can use this flashlight. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me, and we'll see y'all around. Take it easy.